putting in work. Work, yeah. Putting in work. I thank God for the favor when the money come. Half for the time, tax fees, and sufficient funds. What I gotta do to get ahead. I'm on to something. What I gotta do to get a raise.
Welcome to the Modest Sports Show, home with your college athlete, where we're player-led and player-focused. I'm Corey, and guys, today we are breaking the monotony of player interviews and guest interviews, having a guest on the show. We are doing something that I'm passionate about, and that is talking about football, like just, giving our predictions on this upcoming season, reviewing a couple scenarios, and just saying, what we think about this upcoming 2024-2025 season. Today, we are going to be talking about some interesting topics. I think I'm ready to see what I spill out of some of these topics by my producer. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First topic being, with the Georgia Bulldogs seeking redemption after their 2023 SEC championship game loss, can first-year head coach Kalen DeBoer and his reinforced Alabama team overcome Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs in their highly anticipated clash on September the 28th? That is going to be a great game. I love the fact that that's a game we get to see fairly early in the season. Georgia coming on the road that week here in Tuscaloosa. I think that's going to be a great game, right? Georgia, they bring back 16 key contributors, but they also lost a few things last year. For instance, having lost Lad McConkey, I believe I'm saying that right, and also their tight end star. I think he was the best player in the country, if I'm being honest. Brock Bowers, right? Just losing those two guys, they lose a lot of offensive prowess, a lot of their offensive prowess and identity. I think that those two guys, very big contributors in that offense, and so I'm ready to see who kind of steps up for them. I feel like Ra Thomas, Mississippi State transfer, had a season with them last year. I think he was kind of under the radar, kind of low key. He was definitely a Swiss Army knife. They in certain situations and certain downs, they were able to use him and get him involved. This upcoming season, I'm ready to see that step up that he takes, given, you're about to have so you got two guys that, have left that meant a lot to their offense. And also second season for the offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo. I'm ready to see what he does as well in his second year. Carson Beck, he has a little bit more experience under his wings. So to be able to see what they can do in this upcoming season and on the road at Alabama, I think it's going to be very interesting. Alabama, they bring back a few people as well. Obviously on offense, Jalen Milroe. You got Kobe Prentice at receiver. Kendrick Law, I think he's somebody who is kind of destined for a big season. I think he's been playing his role. I don't believe he's been too utilized in the past. I just think he's been a guy who's just been waiting on his turn. And I feel like he does have a lot of ability also. When I think of a comp, I think of like a Deebo Samuel, like compact weapon who can be used on the perimeter. I feel like he can be used some in the run game and things like that. So I'm ready to see the type of season that Kendrick Law has. And then, the offense in whole, getting Caden Proctor back from Iowa after that crazy situation. And them also bringing some guys in. DeBoer, he brought a few guys in with him to kind of help refurbish in some positions. So I'm ready to see what they do also on the offensive side of the ball. I think defensively, their identity is going to be similar. I know they have added some additions, especially in the secondary. Keon Sabb coming from Michigan, as well as I can't think of my guy's name right now, but cornerback coming out of USC. And I think their biggest plus in their defensive backfield is going to be Malachi Moore. He brings a ton of experience, and not just his experience, but I feel like him having an understanding of the standard at Alabama since he's been here, and Coach Saban heavily recruited him, spent a lot of time with them. I think he is going to be a key piece for the team as a whole, just maintaining tradition and standard. So that game, Alabama versus Georgia, September 28th, 2024. I think that's going to be a great game. I feel like I'm just ready to see, I think for me, I feel like Georgia comes in a little bit more battle tested, a little bit more ready for this game to kind of assert their dominance. But Alabama is a team I'm ready to see. Are they gonna start fast? Are they gonna start slow? Are they gonna be rolling around this time of the season? This would be about the fourth or fifth game of the year. So I'm just ready to see. I'm ready to see how both teams come into that game. If Alabama has found a identity offensively, and if Georgia has shown that they can withdraw some or withstand some of the pressures of having lost some key pieces for their offense in the past couple of years. So that's going to be a very good game. We look forward to covering that and kind of analyzing that further as it gets closer to the season. But now let's move on to our next topic. Our second topic is what are our thoughts on Rondé's comments regarding the possibility of true sophomore defensive back Caleb Downs, who had experience as a running back in high school, getting reps at running back this season at Ohio State? I am all in favor of guys playing both sides of the ball. I'm pretty passionate about this topic because I played both sides of the ball in high school, and my younger brother did too, who is now a safety at Mississippi State. So with that being said, I believe that athletes should be able to show their athleticism on both sides of the ball if it's possible, if it's necessary, if it's appropriate to the team's success, okay? I think sometimes, especially now with it starting to trend towards players playing on both sides of the ball, I think it's seen as more of a fad and less of something that actually requires real work. And what I'll say is, I think a lot of times the fans, they get caught up in the fact that, okay, our guy can play both sides of the ball. And that is good. He very well can. He can play this side and he can play the other side. I think about it in terms of how does it hurt the team or how does it help the team? So, for instance, if a guy is playing receiver and corner, let's just take Travis Hunter, for example, he's not coming off the field as much as guys who only play one side of the ball. And those are guys, if he's at receiver, there's a defensive back on the other side of the ball who, when his offense is on the field, he's able to get his rest, he's able to recover, he's able to kind of get tidbits from coaches or his players and other people on the staff to kind of say, hey, you're getting beat inside, you're getting beat outside, or hey, your feet on this down and distance, you should be at the sticks, or this, that, and the third, right? When you're playing both sides of the ball, you don't get that luxury because it's a continual, I got to be on the field now, got to be on the field now, got to be on the field. You may get special teams, but that's not like having a drive that's being played and being sustained while you can kind of get a breather. You could talk with your guys. Hey guys, what are you seeing? Is this guard pulling, or is this guy, is he chipping? How are they trying to climb to the next level? Are you running the alley like you? All of these terminologies, all these things are very valuable to the outcome of a game. And you kind of miss out on that when you're not able to, or if you're not just playing one side of the ball. So I think that, I'd love to see it. I just feel like it's a very hard thing to ask an athlete at the college level, especially high Division I ball, to do. If they can do it at a high level and they can remain their effectiveness playing their primary position, then I say go for it. But if not, I think it's definitely something that coaches should be precautious of. Just because a guy might show ability that he can do it, how does this help or hurt the player in their longevity for the rest of their career in college, or maybe even as they venture into the next level of football? So I love to see it, but ultimately I just think time will tell. But let's move on to our third and our final topic for this episode. That is, with the transfer portal significantly leveling the playing field in college football, will we soon see a decline in the number of undefeated Power 5 teams during the regular season. I got to say, shout out to my producer. Did a great job putting together some great topics. Very intriguing, very thought provoking. I believe that as the college football landscape continues to expand, I think that we will see a decline in undefeated teams, but it leaves the thought and it leaves open the idea that, what if there are teams that remain dominant and that do continue to show a certain level of dominance that teams of the BCS era or even the college football playoff era did, the 4 team that is. So me personally, I think that we will see a decline, but I don't feel like it's going to be necessary to go undefeated. Obviously, we're going to 12 teams this season. That's going to leave a lot of – it's going to broaden the margin of error for teams to be able to lose a game or 2 or maybe even 3, depending on the conference and strength of schedule and all those other external factors. But – I mean, me personally, I think I would much rather it be that way. And I know it's back and forth from, college football is being ruined and college football is heading in the right direction. But me personally, right, we see a lot in the NFL. Teams tend to get hot at certain parts in their season that contribute to postseason success. And I love to see it. I think it's fair. I think it's just. Maybe we do see a team that goes 9-3, but they're a good team, but certain factors like player injuries or being on the road or playing in certain conditions didn't allow us to see their best self in that particular game. I think it gives them an opportunity to redeem themselves and to allow us to see best go on best. Because sometimes the record isn't indicative of how well the team plays. So I know that's I don't know. That might be an oxymoron. That's just what I believe. I think that in this Power 5, in this 12-team playoff era, I think that as well as the transfer portal, leveling the playing field, I think those 2 things, I think they're gonna help the sport. I think it's gonna make it a lot more competitive. On the contrary, and everything is going to be just fine. So, guys, this has been another edition of the Modern Sports Show. Something quick, not too boring, not too deep. I get a little deep sometimes with my player interviews and stuff. Just something broad, and we're going to continue to be bringing this type of content and these type of topics as we get closer to the season. I cannot wait to the very first kickoff. I can't wait. I'm salivating every day, ready for football season to start, especially college football. So please like, comment, subscribe, share this channel around, guys. We're trying to grow. I want this thing up and running in full swing by the time football season starts, because this is your home of college athletes. And so not only are we talking with the college athletes, but we're going to bring you guys into how we think and how we analyze and see the game. And I just feel like this is the best college podcast out. So, like I said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Right now, let's stop and pause for about 10 seconds so you can go subscribe. I know I'm looking at you. I'm waiting. Go subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. And be on the lookout for more content just like this. See you guys next time.